Hello, love. Welcome to Feeling Fridays here on the Libran Key. These are messages for the highest and the greatest good of the empath collective and the empath journey here on Mama Gaia. Know that if these messages have found you or you have found them, that there is something here for you. Even if it's a confirmation, something, know that this is the intention that I always put forward into these messages. So we're going to get right into it. This month, we have been doing a lot of work with our own energy. The energies, very supportive of that in terms of tapping into our own energetic signature, okay? And understanding our own spiritual soul energy better, more deeply. Archangel Sandalphon coming through for these messages here with us. And I'm going to link here somewhere and make a note of this right now. The messages that came forward at the beginning of the month as a collective energetic update. And since then, the previous Friday, this Friday, and next Friday are going to be messages of support regarding how to integrate these energies, how to actually incorporate, put into the physical this energy update. Messages of soul support more than anything else, okay? So he wants me to start talking about what's happened to me recently. And I'm going to try and articulate it the best way that I possibly can. When you start going more deeper into understanding your own energy and your own energetic signature, there's a lot of shit that comes out. For me personally, what has happened is there's been a purge energetically at the same time. And it being Scorpio season, I have had like a massive flashlight, a spotlight on where I still have to work on things for my own self when it comes to my own limiting beliefs, when it comes to the changes as well going on right now. Being outside of a comfort zone because changes are happening, right? Changes to the way I'm understanding my own energy, changes to the way that I'm understanding how I read, how I'm reading, how I'm interacting with energy, with spirit, all of these things transforming, okay? And there's been a lot of, anxiety is probably the best way to put it, but it's more, I'm being reminded of things that I have, other traumas that I've lived through, that I've experienced in the past. And it's almost like I'm getting that same feeling come up again because Spirit is wanting me to connect the dots with all of that. I don't know if that makes sense for any of you. I'm hoping this makes sense in how I'm saying it, but it's almost like I'm really understanding because Archangel Sandalphon wants us to bring it back to the body, right? Bring it back to the physical in terms of where this anxiety, these traumas that have happened, these experiences that have happened to you in the past, and also past life energies, parallel incarnations, and how they're interacting with your own body and being very aware of it. And even though you are aware of where you have certain limiting beliefs that, can creep in, that's the key, is awareness. It's not about berating yourself for having a thought pop up or somehow, you're thinking like, haven't I done the work on this already? Like, why is this coming up again? And he's just reminding me again that healing is cyclical and that it's all about awareness, peeling back those layers of the onion and bringing it back to the body again, because I think I kind of went off on a tangent there. It's all connected though, but bringing it back to where that lives in the body and how it is expressing itself in the body. How is the anxiety coming up in the body? And really making your body a priority. Because there is again, it's a kind of, I'm hearing the word dogma, like it's sort of a spiritual dogma, I guess you could say, around this idea that spirit is very separate from the body. And there are traditions, okay, spiritually, in the history here on, on Mama Gaia and her story, that really, really have separated spirit from the body. And this is where the rebalancing is taking place. Bringing in divine feminine energy, the divine feminine rising, as so many people like to say, right? Oh, she rising, and she there, she's right here. She's been here all along, okay? It's about this rebalancing more than anything that needs to take place. And this coming back into the body is a very divine feminine principle, and trusting the body. Even when you have experienced certain traumas, pains, you've endured certain things, because the trauma lives in the body too, but your body is speaking to you in every single one of those things. So this is a lot about bringing it back to understanding what is going on in your life through your own body in every way possible. Okay, so that's kind of just been a little, at almost 6 minutes into this video, my little update of what's been going on with me recently. Now, he wants me to share that with you simply because you may also be feeling those things. Know that you are not alone. Know that you are also not some kind of weirdo, going around going like, why am I just feeling all of a sudden this amped up energy? Now, that's because the energies are also doing that to us. And also being discerning, by the way. I need to throw this in, okay? To seek help for your highest and greatest good whenever you need that help, but also at the same time to not outsource your power, because at the end of the day, you are responsible for your life. And a big part of the spiritual journey that we are all on is for personal growth and development. That's what it is, the evolution of our soul. Okay, I'm going to end it there. So he wants to bring a little energetic update into this to start with this reading. Currently, there are energies around draining us, distracting us. He's mentioning solar flares here. I heard dips and waves in the Schumann resonance. I am not following the Schumann resonance. I do not know what's going on. If someone would like to leave a comment, please do so regarding that. Also, he's talking about this shift happening in spiritual energy in each and every one of us. And I'm saying spiritual energy because that's kind of like the broadest way that I can touch on this in terms of your own understanding of your spiritual energy, your frequency, your vibration, your soul, but also the energy of spirit shifting. And so much of this is tied into the solar flares. So much of this is tied into the dips and the waves in the Schumann resonance. Mama Gaia going through her own ascension process is affecting us. And as empaths especially, we are really affected by this because Mama Gaia is the ultimate empath. And he also wants to address here how, oh my God, again, I do not know what I wrote here. This is what happens when I start writing these messages because I just write them so quickly when they're coming through. I'm not seeing what I'm writing. Something about spiritual energy levels here. Let me raise your energy levels. Something about that up, bringing that up. Is that what this is? How we might bring this up? Yes. Okay, he's also directing me to the solar plexus here as well, okay? And balancing the solar plexus. This is why I've written the isometric cross here. And the scales of balance on our little blackboard. She little, but she mighty. this is a visual to incorporate, and you can almost say that this is really sacred geometry, okay? Sacred geometry does not have to be complicated. Divine masculine, divine feminine energies, scales of balance, bringing those things into balance, and he's directing me. He's literally showing me this symbol in our solar plexus, bringing the masculine and the feminine into balance within this solar plexus, which is more masculine in its energy by nature, and wanting to bring that into balance, because what I'm seeing, what he's showing me here is that he's saying make sure it's not in overload. So the anxiety that comes up is a result of trying to control a lot of the changes. And that control is a very masculine energy, and the changes and the shifts and going with the flow is very divinely feminine, right? So it's about kind of bringing, he's showing me the actual bringing down of this. It's interesting. And this isn't about going into the lower chakras in a bad way, okay? This is about like grounding those energies into that sacral. He's actually showing me to tap into your sacral energy. This energy, the sacral, is connected to the water element. Going with the flow, okay? Understanding that also with the solar flares, he's showing me the solar plexus impacted by that. And then that can throw, oh my God, he's just reminding me of the crystal. I haven't even spoken about that yet. I will do, thank you. Thank you, Archangel Sandalphon. About again, bringing that back into balance, because this needs somewhere to go. He's actually showing it to me. You can push the energy in both directions. You can push it through the heart back up into the upper chakras, and you can push it down into the ground, into the lower chakras to ground as well. This is Optical Honey Calcite, okay? This is an incredibly, I'm bringing in the energies here. This is not available to you. You can tap into the frequency and vibration of this at any time through meditation. This is very beautiful at balancing and grounding those energies in the solar plexus, okay? Because this looks like a cube, right? Looks like a cube, but it's slightly off, it's slightly off center. Optical calcite is also a way that we can see differently. He's actually showing me that this is a way too to understand channeling differently. Interesting. Very healing, because again, optical is also connected to what we see and how we see things, and seeing it with an inner vision or that third eye, but seeing things with the gut. If that resonates for you, I understand that not everybody will resonate with that, okay? But take that however it applies to you, okay? And also, this is a grounding energy. This is an energy that can help you to ground. It's just so beautifully, it's like feeling the sun with this honey calcite. It's honey, it's sweet. Feeling the sweetness of the sun, okay? I'm seeing the sun when it's not so crazy bright as it goes lower into the sun, into the horizon. That's the energy of that beautiful golden light coming through, where like he envisioning us just sort of, I'm just seeing this beautiful meadow. Wow, this is beautiful meadow, like in late summer, beautiful golden sheaves of wheat and the sun hitting them, and us totally connected to Mama Gaia, totally relaxed and grounded by her energy. And that's another nod to being grounded. So there are energies currently draining us, distracting us. So much of this also having to do with the solar flares, the dips and waves in the Schumann resonance. Also, the distracting energies. I'm not going to get too much into those, because many of those are being deliberately done, is what he's showing me. And these are energies that we also have to be very vigilant about. We literally need to turn off our phones, only give ourselves so much time to access things external to us, okay? I'm asking through the Light Seers Tarot and the Work Your Light Oracle again. I'm going to start with a Work Your Light Oracle for messages of soul support around this, okay? in supporting you energetically at this time, especially with energies that may be draining us, that may be distracting us, and this imbalance of the solar plexus, okay? Bringing that into balance as empaths. This is really a message of self-care. And of course that was popping out right as I said that. So this is because we're birthing a new age. He's showing me that these spiritual energies are new. He's showing me that they're not even, they're unprecedented. They're unprecedented because he's showing me a scale. And I'm talking about like a table, a scale of like, you know, like if you were to look at like a graph. And this is like not even measurable. It's not even measurable on the scale. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. That's what's happening with Mama Gaia and her ascension. That's what's happening with this ascension process. This is part of the ascension process. He simply does not, he simply wants to confirm that. And he's showing me birth. Oh, wow. The energies of birth coming out of the womb, the quote unquote labor pains, and how they don't actually have to be pains. Okay, if any of you follow the work of Kim and Ami, check that beautiful soul out, because birth is not meant to be painful. And I know that that can be triggering for some people to hear, but so much of that, and with love and respect I say this, because so much of that is because of the way that we've been, again, indoctrinated and programmed, how birth has been medicalized when it is one of the most natural things in all of humanity, and it is a divine feminine energy. You have to go with the flow of it. You need to feel into it, feel into the creation, feel into the energy that is being born through you, okay? You can't control that. You can respond to it, right? And be very aware of what's going on. That's the energy that he wants us to slip into, right? Not about trying to control it or like, it's like respond to it. What is it saying to you? Respond, you know? All in alignment with your highest and greatest good. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So part of the purging is that's going on right now. These energies that want to be birthed, okay? Energies that could be draining us right now, especially, right? He's really wanting me actually to distinguish between the draining and the distracting. So we have to get away from the distracting energies, and we need to understand that the energies that are draining us are possibly also distracting, but the energies that are also draining us could be the more light intake that's happening. There's two things going on there, okay? And it's important to discern between the two. You're gonna know. You're gonna know when it's distraction, because it's something that's taking you away from like what you're meant to be doing. And you're probably going to be feeling more frustrated in that energy. You're also probably going to be feeling, again, like, I don't know, I'm getting the energy here of something missing, like something feeling hollow, And he's saying the antidote to that is to get back to basics. Get back to basics. Get back to, again, the previous, and I will link the video here. I'm just going to make a note of it. The video, the message that came through around, I believe it was the empath one where we were connecting to our energy. I'm pretty sure it was that one. I will double check and I will link it here. I'll link those all in the description box below as well. Really just wanting us to get back to basics. Don't overcomplicate things. Get back into the practice of basics. Specifically, the practice of basics. Sitting down in meditation, connecting to your own energy, okay? Going out for a walk, being in nature, doing your yoga practice, doing whatever practice works for you, your breath work, making those things a priority. Self-care again coming through. Four of Wands is beautiful. Creating that firm foundation of spirit. Also, in this particular Four of Wands, they are dancing. That is another thing that could be very helpful as well. Being in a physical energy, being in movement, okay? Two of Pentacles is showing me dancing again with that. This is the rebalancing that needs to go on again. This flowing energy that wants to be rebalanced through the solar plexus, okay? This is in the physical body. So he's also directing me here to any kind of physical sensations you might be having in the solar plexus. Again, remember, I'm not a doctor, okay? I'm not an MD. You know, if you've got some gut issues and things going on and you feel the need to check that out, you are the best judge of that for yourself. You are responsible for your own life, okay? What he's showing me, though, is that this energy of moving from your center in balancing this solar plexus energy, I'm seeing the infinity symbol in this again. And in Pamela's Genius, there's an infinity symbol, right? There's a lemniscate. Did you like how fast I was doing that? Because that's how it feels sometimes. It feels like it's going that fast, where we're redressing this balance in a flow state. Kundalini yoga, if any of you are familiar with Kundalini yoga, really, really emphasizes the energy of the spine and the movement of the spine. That could be something that might be helping you. And look, Ten of Pentacles. Another pentacle energy coming through here. Okay, creating firm. What I'm hearing here is foundations, because a lot of us are being asked to step into our power fully on a firm foundation, and will be birthing this new age coming through, okay? With that Emperor in reverse right now, that is another nod to us really moving more into divine feminine energy and not being so rigid, not being so controlled. And for this to be coming out in reverse at the bottom of the deck, that's an indication that quite a few of us are in that energy right now. And then feeling frustrated and feeling like anxious because it's like, what the fuck is going on, right? And you're just like, ah! Having a panic because we have this is part of what the energy is like right now, because we are in Scorpio season. So there's a purging that wants to take place, and it can be kind of scary. Now, remember to affirm, all in alignment with your highest and greatest good. That's what I'm hearing, picking up this card. And also envisioning. There's an energy here of envisioning going on. A beautiful, happy life, a fulfilled life. And seeing it, envisioning it in the physical. How does it look in the physical? He's showing me this tree of life as our higher selves, as spirit guiding us, assisting us. And in this scene, each and every one of these beings is in alignment with that. And it all goes back to, this is a 10, right? So we're closing out a cycle here as well. There's a parallel meaning with that. But it all goes back to getting back to basics, to the practice is what I'm hearing. The practices, right? Making sure that they're also in alignment with this new energy that's being birthed through you. Applying that, putting that into your physical reality. Because change can be scary, is what I'm hearing. Change can be scary. Stepping outside of our comfort zone can be scary. But it is those moments where we're asked to do that, where we're actually being asked simultaneously to level up, to take that one step further into our journey, into our evolution, okay? To get to this place again. I always think of legacy. I always hear that word when I see this card. A legacy, right? And that wasn't built in a day. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for sharing your time and your energy in this space with me. Thank you, Archangel Sandalphon, for coming through for these messages of soul support for the Empath Collective and the Empath Journey here on Mama Gaia. I'm sending you so much love wherever you are, in love and liberation, always.